Developing tonight, an alarming start to the school week for many students across Central Ohio, caught in the middle of a statewide swatting hoax. You're seeing a map here of some of the schools targeted across the Buckeye State with fake threats.
Well, schools getting emailed bomb threats is an occurrence that seems to happen more frequently. Even though these threats were fake, districts still have to take them seriously, and they can have an effect on your child's learning. 10 TV's Colin Dorsey live at Hilliard City Schools tonight is just one of those districts that received these threats today. Colin.
Yeah, Andrew, Hilliard, just like districts like Olentangy, Licking Heights, and Reynoldsburg, was just one of dozens of school districts across the state to receive these threats. But for students at Hilliard City Schools, it was pretty much business as usual. And even though the FBI and local law enforcement were able to quickly determine that this was just a false alarm, district administrators still take all these threats as serious as they can until determined otherwise.
The schools are in a really tough, really unenviable position because on one hand, you can't say, well, it's probably just a swatting threat. Let's just have a normal school day. We're not going to do anything because we know that there is the possibility for violence in our schools.
That's Amanda Klinger with the Educator School Safety Network. The group helps train districts how to handle potential threats.
We really work with schools to try to be able to have the capacity to dial up that response and respond very quickly and very seriously. And then when, working with law enforcement partners, we determine there isn't actually a threat here. This was just a hoax. This was just a threat. This was just swatting, that we're able to really swiftly dial that response back down.
According to the Educator School Safety Network, fake threats of violence, namely shootings, are on the rise. There were just 69 false reports nationwide in the 2018-2019 school year. That jumped to 446 by the 2022-23 school year. Handling the large number of threats then demands walking the fine line of how to respond and to what degree.
There were a number of schools, not in Ohio, where they were getting threat after threat after threat over and over and over again. And eventually the leaders had to say, we have to do something to break this cycle.
And just like this incident, districts contacted law enforcement to determine it was safe to go back to class. As for students, even though the threats are fake, it can still affect your child.
We know that one of the main worries when it comes to school is safety because of the things we're seeing. And so kids may feel really nervous or anxious about going to school.
Dr. Ariana Howitt is a pediatric psychologist with Nationwide Children's Hospital. She says kids can still feel unsafe even if the threat is fake, and it's important to reassure them.
Talk to the kids about the probability is actually low that something will happen. We know that schools still are a safe environment, even though we hear of a lot of scary things.
Now, there is one district that did cancel classes today. Logan-Hocking got that same mass threat as dozens of other schools. But on top of that, they also had a threat from a student made over the social media app Snapchat. The district superintendent telling me this afternoon that local law enforcement has contacted that student, and now the Hocking County prosecutor is involved and looking at potential charges. Live in Hilliard, Colin Dorsey, 10 TV News.